Hi students, welcome to our channel Learn from Born Teachers. In this video, we will discuss an important topic in this chapter, that is Coulomb's law. We have studied that there will be a force of interaction between two charges. It can be attractive or repulsive. The idea of electric interaction between point charges was introduced by Charles Augustin de Coulomb in 1785. So, what is a point charge? It is an electric charge considered to exist at a single point and thus having neither area nor volume. Coulomb conducted a series of experiments and found that the electric interaction between two point charges is directly proportional to the product of charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Consider two point charges q1 and q2 separated by a distance r. Then the force F is directly proportional to q1 into q2 and it is inversely proportional to r square. Combining these two expressions, we will get F is proportional to q1 into q2 by r square. This proportionality sign can be eliminated by multiplying a constant, that is F is equal to k into q1 q2 by r square, where k is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon. The value of constant k is depends on the medium between the charges. Here epsilon is called permittivity of the medium between the charges. If the region between two charges is vacuum, the permittivity is given by epsilon 0. Its value is 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12 and its unit is Coulomb square per Newton meter square or Farad per meter. The unit Coulomb square per Newton meter square we are getting from the rearrangement of the equation F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r square. And the unit Farad per meter we are getting from another equation, that is C is equal to epsilon 0 into A by D. This equation we will study in the topic capacitance. Normally, we are taking the permittivity of air is equal to the permittivity of vacuum. It will not be exactly same. There will be a small difference, but we are neglecting that. The ratio of permittivity of a medium to the permittivity of vacuum is called relative permittivity or dielectric constant, denoted by epsilon r. Epsilon r is equal to epsilon by epsilon 0 and epsilon is equal to epsilon 0 into epsilon r. Now we can calculate the value of constant k in the equation of force. If the charges are in vacuum, k is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. After giving the values for pi and epsilon 0, we will get 9 into 10 raised to 9. And we can find its unit also from the equation of force. It will be Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Force between two charges in air or in vacuum is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into q1 q2 by r square. And in any medium which is having a permittivity epsilon is 1 by 4 pi epsilon into q1 q2 by r square, which is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into epsilon r into q1 q2 by r square, because epsilon is equal to epsilon 0 into epsilon r. Now we can take the ratios of these two forces. We will get a force in air by force in medium is equal to epsilon r. That is, force in medium is equal to force in air by epsilon r. The value of epsilon r is varying from 1 to infinity. So, depending on the medium that we have taken between two charges, force will be reduced. Or we can say that introduction of dielectric medium between two charges will decrease the Coulomb interaction. Let us see the values of relative permittivity or dielectric constant of some materials. Vacuum 1, air 1, hydrogen 1.00026, Teflon 2.1, turpentine 2.23, amber 2.8, paper 2 to 3, glass 3 to 4, mica 2.5 to 6, porcelain 6 to 7, germanium 16, alcohol 25, water 81, metal infinity. Coulomb's law in vector form. We know that force is a vector quantity. So here we are representing the force of interaction between the charges in vector form. Let us take 2-point charges q1 and q2. Consider a reference point O. Then the position vector of q1 is taken as r1 and that of q2 as r2. r12 is representing a vector from q1 to q2. The unit vector in the direction of vector r12 is r12 cap, which is equal to vector r12 by magnitude of vector r12. Like this, we can take vector r21 is the vector from q2 to q1, and the unit vector r21 cap is equal to vector r21 by magnitude of vector r21. The direction of these two vectors r12 and r21 will be opposite. It is represented by the unit vectors, that is r12 cap is equal to minus r21 cap. And magnitudes of these two vectors r12 and r21 will be the same because this is actually the distance between the charges. Let us see how will be the equation of force in vector form if the two charges are similar. Assume that the charges q1 and q2, the product of q1 and q2 will be greater than 0. F12 is the force experienced by q1 due to q2. It is directing towards left, and the unit vector towards left is r21 cap. So we can represent the vector form of force as F12 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon q1 q2 by r21 square into r21 cap. The force experienced by q2 due to q1 is F21. It can be expressed with the direction towards right. It is given by the unit vector r12 cap. That is F21 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon q1 q2 by r12 square into r12 cap. These two forces are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. How will be the vector form of force in the case of two dissimilar charges? Here force will be attractive. Assume the charges q1 and q2. The product q1 into q2 will be less than 0. F12 is a force experienced by q1 due to q2. It is directing towards right. Unit vector in this direction is r12 cap. So the force F12 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon q1 q2 by r12 square into r12 cap. And F21 is the force experienced by q2 due to q1. That is directed towards left. And the unit vector towards left is r21 cap. Then F21 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon q1 q2 by r21 square into r21 cap. Again we will get these two forces are equal and opposite. That is, Coulomb's law is Newtonian in character. It is basically an experimental law, and Coulomb's interaction is not affected by the presence of other charges in the neighborhood. Significance of Coulomb's law. We have studied that Coulomb's law is giving the idea of interaction between the charges. The attractive force between the charges binds electrons in the atom, binds atom together to form molecules, binds atoms or molecules to form solids or liquid. Coulomb's law reveals that electric interaction can be one of attraction or repulsion, and it reveals that electric force is central and obeys inverse square law. So students, this session ends here. If you like this video, press the like button and share with your friends. Thank you.